I'm a firm believer that everybody should have a great biscuit recipe in their repertoire. And so today I thought, why not share mine with you? I'm making a cheddar chive biscuit. 3 tablespoons of minced chive are gonna give great flavor to this biscuit, but you could use other herbs if you wanted to. Just base it on whatever it is that you love. So that's about 3 tablespoons. I'm not gonna need that right away. It's a pretty large recipe. You need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I like to sort of stir my flour up a little bit, then scoop and level. To that, add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Biscuits do require quite a bit of leavener. It's more than your average. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. Pulse that together. And then add 1 1/2 sticks of unsalted butter, cold and cut into small pieces. 1 1/2 cups of grated sharp cheddar cheese, and then your 3 tablespoons of chives. You want to pulse this until the butter is the size of small peas and smaller. It's the pieces of butter that are left kind of large in the mixture that make it flaky. So don't overprocess or you're not going to have flaky biscuits. That looks good. Add your buttermilk. It's 1 1/2 cups of cold buttermilk, and pulse till everything combines. Don't overmix your dough because you're gonna need it on a lightly floured surface after it comes out of the mixer. You don't want it overworked, so I know I sound like a broken record, but I really mean it. With biscuits, it's extra, extra, extra important. Knead it once or twice, just so all the little extra bits that are flying all over the board get incorporated. I can feel that all my ingredients were nice and cold, which is also super important when making both biscuits and pie crust. The colder that your butter is, the more it will hold its shape when it goes into the hot oven, and then as it melts, it makes pockets, and that's what makes flakiness. And if all your other ingredients are cold, it helps keep the butter cold. Roll your dough out about 3/4 of an inch thick. 3/4 of an inch. Let me use my handy dandy ruler. Looks about right. Okay, so once it's 3/4 of an inch thick, get a baking pan and a 2 3/4 inch biscuit or cookie cutter to cut out your biscuits, and cut as close together as possible so you have as few scraps as possible. You can put these directly onto a baking sheet, unbuttered. There's plenty of butter in your biscuits already. So I have some scraps here that I don't want to waste, so pat them together. Don't even re-roll them, just sort of press them together, and you should be able to get at least 3 more out of it. You should get between 12 and 14 biscuits from this recipe. That's a little bit crowded actually, so I'm going to divide these between 2 trays. There we go. Bake your biscuits at 450 degrees until they're puffed and golden and cooked through about 15 minutes. They're puffed and golden, cheesy deliciousness and chives on the inside. I'm super excited. They're nice and thick and flaky. Savory and delicious, cheesy, chivey biscuits. Easy enough to make on a Sunday morning, serve for brunch. Everybody's gonna love them, especially you. Guess what? I have some super exciting news. You see this lady standing right next to me, cutting her dark leafy greens? That's Shara Bokar. She's going to be doing a great new series right here on this channel called, tell them what it's called?
Eat Clean.
Eat Clean. It's going to be amazing recipes, super healthy, exploring, kind of new foods like dark leafy greens, like teeny tiny fish, like probiotics, all kind of stuff that maybe I don't really touch on. She's going to be doing on her series. It's going to be airing Mondays and Thursdays right here on this channel, so make sure to subscribe for my videos and her videos. Shara Bokar.